Hello everyone, Cheshire the Cat on the scene with a much wanted and awaited game, Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Except I'm only playing the first one. I have actually been looking forward to this one. Hey Oscar, good morning. Because y'all loved me voice acting when I did the Danganronpa games, and I thought Phoenix Wright is probably a good call. And I'm gonna have a lot of fun playing this. I have not beaten the first game, but I did do the first 3 cases before, so this ought to be interesting. For the folks on YouTube, I'm probably going to divide the episodes the same way I did with Danganronpa, where I do it by, like, scene transitions. Hello, Asku. Hello, Drud. Hello, everyone. Good morning. Let's jump right in. Yes. Uh-oh. His blood. I got an achievement unlocked for starting the game. Damn it! Why me? I can't get caught. Not like this! I've got to find someone to pin this on. Someone like him. I'll make it look like he did it. I guess that's the voice I'm committing to now. Boy, am I nervous. Right. Hi, Chief. Glad you made it on time. Well, I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. It says a lot about you, and your client as well. Thanks. Actually, it's because I owe him a favor. A favor? You mean you knew the defendant before this case? Yes. Actually, I kind of owe my current job to him. Hello, Princess. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney. Well, that's news to me. I want to help him out any way I can. I just really want to help him. I owe him that much. It's over! My life, like everything, is all over! Is that your client screaming over there? Yeah, that's him. Death, despair, I'm gonna do it! I'm gonna die! Sounds like he wants to die. Yeah. Nick! Hey there, Larry. Dude, I'm so guilty! Just tell him I'm guilty! Give me the death sentence! I ain't afraid to die! What's wrong, Larry? Oh, it's all over. I'm finished. I'm finished. I can't live in a world without her. I can't! Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? Oh, but Nick, you gotta tell me who took my baby away! The person responsible for your girlfriend's death? The newspapers say it was you. My name is Phoenix Wright. I'm gonna have fun with this. Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her. Larry Butts, my best friend since grade school. Our school had a saying, when something smells, it's usually the butts. In the 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He has a knack for getting himself into trouble. One thing I can say, though, it's usually not his fault. He just has terrible luck. But I know better than anyone that he's a good guy at heart. That, and I owe him one, which is why I took the case to clear his name. And that's just what I'm gonna do. Yeah, these games are fun, and I'm definitely, like, excited to be sharing this one. This will be a journey. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Butts. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Mr. Wright, this is your first trial, is it not?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm a little nervous.
Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge. For your client's sake, I hope you can control your nerves.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness.
Yes, Your Honor. Hands shaking, eyesight fading.
The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely. Please state the name of the defendant in this case.
Oh. The defendant is Larry Butts. The defendant? Well, that's Larry Butts, Your Honor.
Correct. Just to keep your wits about you, and you'll do fine. Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me, what's the victim's name?
I know this one. Glad I read the case report cover to cover so many times. It's... wait. Uh-oh! No! No way! I forgot. I'm drawing a total blank here. Phoenix, are you absolutely sure you're up to this? You didn't even know the victim's name? Oh, the victim. Of course I know the victim's name. Yeah, it would be like... yeah, Cindy. Right there. I, just forgot. Temporarily. I think I feel a migraine coming on. Look, the victim's name is listed in the court record. Okay, cool, it's teaching me the controls. Remember to check it off and do it for me, please. I'm begging you.
Mr. Wright, who is the victim in this case?
Cindy Stone. The victim's name is Cindy Stone.
Correct. Now tell me, what was the cause of death?
She was beaten to death. Loss of blood due to trauma. She died because she was hit with a blunt object. She was struck once by a blunt object.
Correct. You've answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed. You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Because I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure.
Well then. First, a question for the prosecution. Mr. Payne?
Yes, Your Honor.
As Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court what that object was?
The murder weapon was the statue of the Thinker. It was found lying around on the floor next to the victim.
I see. The court accepts it into evidence.
Statue added to the court record. Right. Be sure to pay attention to any evidence added during the trial. That evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. Just have to check on the court record frequently. Okay, yeah. It's rather heavy.
Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness.
Prosecution calls the defendant, Mr. Butts, to the stand. Chief, what do I do now? Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate. Uh-oh. Larry gets excited easily. This could be bad. Ahem. Mr. Butts, is it not true that the victim had recently dumped you? Hey! Watch it, buddy! We were great together! We were Romeo and Juliet! Cleopatra and Mark Anthony! Didn't they all die? I wasn't dumped. She just wasn't taking my phone calls or seeing me. Ever. What's it to you, anyway? Mr. Butts, what you describe is generally what we mean by dumped. In fact, she had completely abandoned you and was seeing other men. She just returned from overseas with one of them the day before your murder. What do you mean, one of them? Lies! All of it lies! I don't believe a word of it! Your Honor, victim's passport. According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died.
Indeed. She appears to have returned the day before the murder.
Dude, no way! The victim was a model, but did not have a large income. It appears that she had several sugar daddies. Daddies? Sugar? Yes, older men who gave their money in gifts. She took their money and used it to support her lifestyle. Dude! We can clearly see what kind of woman Miss Stone was. Tell me, Mr. Butts, what do you think of her now? Right. think you want him to answer that question? Yeah, Larry has a way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions. Should I stop him from answering? Ow. My client had no idea the victim was seeing other men. That question is irrelevant to the case. Ugh. Dude, Nick, what do you mean irrelevant? That cheating Cheeto. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna just drop dead. Yeah, when I meet her in the afterlife, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this.
Let's continue with the trial, shall we?
I believe the accused motive is clear to everyone.
Yes, quite.
Oh boy, this is so not looking good. Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not? Well, did you or did you not? Well, maybe I did, and maybe I didn't. Uh-oh, he went. What do I do? I'll have him answer honestly on this one. I know. I'll send him a signal. Tell the truth! Yeah, I was there. I went.
Order! Well, Mr. Butts?
Dude, chill! He wasn't home, man. So, like, I didn't see her. What is that voice? Oh, this is gonna be good. Your Honor, the defendant is lying.
Lying?
The prosecution would like to call a witness who can prove Mr. Butts is lying.
Well, that simplifies matters. Who is your witness?
The man who found the victim's body, just before making the gruesome discovery. He saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime.
Order! Order in the court! Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness.
Yes, Your Honor. This is bad. On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank Mr. Frank Sawhead to the stand. Mr. Sawhead, you sell newspaper subscriptions, is that correct? Oh yes, newspapers, yes.
Yeah, I'm changing his voice. Mr. Sawhead, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder.
I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it was strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead! I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working.
I thought you said you didn't go inside.
I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. The man who ran was, without a doubt, the defendant sitting right over there.
Hold up. Wasn't there time of death between... Yeah. Okay.
Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? I can't defend you against a testimony like that.
Yes, you can. There's a lot of holes in it. Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working?
Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building.
Home phone's supposed to work during a blackout?
Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. The phone that Mr. Sawhead used was one of those. Your Honor, I have a record of the blackout for your perusal.
From noon to 6 p.m. Okay. Now, Mr. Wright.
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
You may begin your cross-examination.
Cross-examination, Your Honor? All right, Wright. This is it. The real deal. What exactly am I supposed to do? Why, you're supposed to expose the lies in the witness gave. Lies? What? He was lying? Your client is innocent, right? Then that witness must have lied in his testimony. Or is your client really guilty? How do I prove he's not? You hold the key. It's in the evidence. Compare the witness's testimony to the evidence at hand. There's bound to be a contradiction in there. First, find the contradictions between the court record and the witness testimony. Yeah, this is what I liked about it. I didn't just have to know who the killer was, I had to be able to prove it too. I love this game. And once you've found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness's face. Okay. The record was had, then point out the contradictions in the testimony. I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing the apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it was strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman not moving dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I'm gonna hold on to that. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. Hold on. Her apartment wasn't working. Yes, I mean, no, it wasn't. Right. You said you didn't go into the apartment, or did you? Oh, that? I can explain that. There was a cordless phone on a shelf in the entranceway. Alright. I reached inside and tried using that to call. And that phone wasn't working, correct? What happened next? Alright. I went to a park nearby and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly, it was 1 p.m. Now, hold it. 1 p.m. Are you certain? Yes, absolutely. Oh, I can't actually do anything. Seems really confident. Yeah, present some evidence to contradiction. Time exactly, it was 1 p.m. There we go, there's the line. You found the body at 1 p.m. You're sure? Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain. Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes the time of death is sometime after 4 p.m. There was no body to find at 1 p.m. How do you explain this 3-hour gap? This is trivial. The witness merely forgot the time.
After his testimony, I find it hard to believe. Mr. Saw It? Why were you so certain that you found the body at 1 p.m.?
Gee, that's a really good question. Great job, Wright. Way to put him on the spot. That's all you had to do. Point out contradictions. Lies always beget more lies. See through one, and their whole story falls apart. Wait, I remember now.
Would you care to give the testimony again?
You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video or a taped program. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Terribly sorry about that misunderstanding.
See, that would be valid, except... I see, you heard a voice saying the time taped on a taped program. That's right, you may cross-examine the witness. Wait, but he didn't go inside the apartment. Okay, I've got this one. So does she actually own a TV?
You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television.
Are you sure it was a television and not a radio?
Well, no, I guess it might have been a radio. Incidentally, there was no radio on the premises. There was only one large television.
Right. Something about it seems fishy.
The witness has testified. He heard the time.
Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? The victim must have been watching a video or a tape program. Wait, but didn't she just get home?
Video? Yes, that would explain why the time was wrong. True. Right. Problem lies someplace else.
You agree that you heard the time of the scene, then?
That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Terribly sorry about that misunderstanding. Okay, you see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying it was probably coming from the television. It was 3 hours off, wasn't it? So the victim must have been watching the video program. Except she would have just gotten home. No, the power outage. Hold it right there! The prosecution has said there was a blackout at the time of the discovery. And this record proves it. Ow. You couldn't have heard the television or a video.
The defense has a point. Do you have any explanation for this, Mr. Sot?
No, I find it quite puzzling myself. Quite. But wait, I remember now.
Mr. Sot? The court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning. These constant corrections are harming your credibility.
And you seem
rather distraught.
My apologies, Your Honor. It must have been quite a shock finding the body.
Very well, Mr. Sot. Let's hear your testimony once more, please.
Alright. Actually, I didn't hear the time, I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw.
You saw a clock? I guess that would explain it. The defense may cross-examine the witness.
Gladly. Except she wasn't beaten with a clock, she was beaten with a statue. Didn't hear the time, I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it on the victim. Nope. Oh, wait, what? Oh, I have to hold tab. Oh, no, I don't. Nope. Wait just a moment. Ow. The murder weapon wasn't a clock. It was a statue. Now, how is this supposed to be a clock? What? You with your objections and your evidence. Just who do you think you are? Just answer the question, Mr. Sot. Hey, I saw it there, okay? That's a clock! Your Honor, if I may.
Yes, Mr. Payne?
As the witness stated, this statue is indeed a clock. The neck is a switch. You just tilt it and it says the time out loud. But it doesn't read it. And it doesn't look like a clock. It was submitted as a statue. My apologies.
I see. So the murder weapon was a table clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears the witness's testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have any problems with this testimony now?
Yes, I do, because then he would have gone in the apartment. There's a gaping hole in the witness's testimony. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand. Yet the witness testified that he never entered the apartment. Clearly a contradiction.
Indeed.
The witness knew it was a clock because he went into the apartment. You're lying. You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder. Oh yeah? Prove it! Prove I went in there! I'll do better than that. I can prove you were the one who killed her. You struck her with the clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard.
Order in the court. Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Sot, the sound you must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke as you hit the victim. That voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time. What's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture. Baseless? Just look at the witness's face.
Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock?
That day, I never. Look, the clock, I saw. Really? Was that necessary? Shut up, I hate you! It was him, I tell you! I saw him! He killed her, and he should burn! Burn! Give him death!
Order! Order in the court, I say!
Your Honor, a moment, please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claims.
Mr. Wright?
Your Honor.
Would you claim the sound the witness heard came from the clock? Do you have any evidence?
The whole case is riding on this. You better think carefully. Your Honor, the sound Mr. Saw heard was definitely this clock. The fact it was clear because... Try sounding the clock. Let's sound the clock now here in this court. Your Honor, may I have the clock? I ask the court to listen very carefully. I think it's 8:25.
That certainly is a strange way to announce the time.
Well, he is the thinker after all.
So, we've heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright?
Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now? It is 11:25. Ah! As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between what Mr. Saw heard and the actual time of death. So, Mr. Saw, try to talk your way out of this one. You forgot one thing.
Uh-oh. What's he talking about now?
While it may seem like that clock is running 3 hours slow, it proves nothing. How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? If you can't prove that, you don't have a case.
Except I can.
He's right. How am I going to prove that? We have a passport, dummy. Damn it, I was so close.
Mr. Wright, it seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim.
No, I have it. Yes, Your Honor.
This means I cannot let you indict the witness. Unfortunately. This ends the cross-examination of Frank Summit.
Come all the way down here to testify and look what happens. You treat me like a criminal! A criminal! You lawyers are all slime.
I almost had him.
Sorry, Larry. I failed you. There's nothing I can do about it now. Not so fast, Mr. Sawt. Chief. Listen up, Wright. Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think. But Chief, it's over. You can't prove that. Yes, you can. It's right in your... Oh my god. Nobody can prove that. Well, yes. But that doesn't mean you can't still win. Try thinking out of the box. Don't waste time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Figure out the reason and you'll have your proof. Right? Can you think of a reason as to why the clock would be 3 hours slow?
Yes, I can.
Wait, maybe I can prove it. You must have the evidence somewhere that can prove it, right? Find it and let them have it.
Mr. Wright, you say the clock was already running slow on the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim?
Of course! There is a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove my claim beyond a doubt. Ha! Tough words! Let's see you pull this one off!
Let's see the evidence that proves why the clock was running slow. Her passport.
Ow.
The victim had just returned from home from abroad on the day before the murder. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. When it's 4 p.m. here, it's 1 a.m. the next day over there. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast. The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in the apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Sawt? Or should I say, Mr. Did It? Order, I say.
Yes, I'll take a sausage with...
Well, this case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected. Mr. Payne, your witness?
He was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor.
Very well. Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor.
I have to say, I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly. And find the true culprit at the same time.
Thank you, Your Honor.
At this point, this is only a formality, but This court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts, not guilty. And with that, this court is adjourned.
It turns out that Mr. Frank Saw was a common burglar. He posed as a newspaper salesman to check and see when people were out of the house. That day, when Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Saw let himself in to do his dirty work. While he was searching her place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Saw grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find. I still can't believe we won! Right! Good job in there. Congratulations. Thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you. Not at all, not at all. Fought your own battles in there. It's been a while since I've seen a trial end on such a satisfying note. I've never seen the Chief looking this happy. They're pretty. If she's this glad, imagine how Larry must feel. My life is over! Larry! You're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now?
Oh, Nick. Don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon.
Wait, no! I mean, bad!
Larry.
You're innocent. The case is closed.
But my Cindy Wendy's gone, man. Like, gone forever.
Larry, she was a... Nah, never mind. Congratulations, Harry.
Harry?
Yes, you. I can practically see the headlines now. Harry Butts, innocent.
Thanks. Like, I really owe you one.
I won't forget this, ever. Let's celebrate. Dinner, movie, my treat. Oh my god. Oh no, I couldn't. Hey, I was the one who got you off the hook. Oh, hey! Here, take this. It's a present. A present? For me? Wait, isn't this the evidence that... Actually, I made this clock for her. I made one for her and one for me. Really? You? You made this? Well, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento. Yo, Nick.
Is this gonna turn into a dating sim? No. Harry Butts.
Yo, Nick, can you believe it? I was so into that chick. And she was just playing me for a fool.
Like, doesn't that make you want to cry?
Larry. Are you so sure? Excuse me? I think she thought quite a lot of you, in her own way. Nah, you don't gotta sympathize with me. It's okay. Oh, I'm not just sympathizing, really. Isn't that right, Wright? Don't you have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about him? Huh? Oh, yeah, right. What the heck is she talking about?
The fact that she had the clock to begin with, man.
Check this out, Larry. Proof positive you weren't just some chump to her. Huh? What about that clock? This is the clock you made for her, Larry. And she took it with her when she traveled. Whatever, she probably just needed a clock, that's all. You think so? It's a pretty heavy clock to take traveling. Well, make of it what you will. Hey, Nick. I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer. Like, really, I am. Thanks. Hope that made him feel a little better. It's going well, Zendega. How you doing, man? Right? I hope you see the importance of evidence now. Also, hopefully you realize that things change depending on how you look at them. People, too. We never really know if our clients are guilty or innocent. All we can do is believe in them. And in order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself. Right? Listen, learn, and grow strong. Never let go of what you believe in. Never. Well, I think our work here is done. Shall we be off? Yeah, I guess so. Say, how about dinner? On me. We'll drink a toast to innocent butts. Yeah! Oh, speaking of Harry, you were saying part of why you became a lawyer was because of him. Yeah. Part, at least. You'll have to tell me more about it sometime. Maybe over drinks? And so, my first trial came to a close. Larry slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends." But I'm pretty sure he's not going to pay us. Unless you count the clock he gave me. I didn't know it then, but that clock was soon going to be at the center of another incident. And my promise to tell the chief about me and Larry would be one promise that I wouldn't be able to keep. And with that, this is Cheshire the Cat looking at YouTube and saying, Nick, what are you doing? Nick, no, stop that, no, bad! The bad episode!